Welcome to the Hearthgamist Everything Hearthstone and Yu-Gi-Oh! As promised, I'm bringing you the Sacred Beast deck profile. On the weekend, I was able to get a package of the Dual Overload. I was able to get a few cards that fortunately helped me improve my deck. And I tried the deck on Edo Pro. It's not the best deck, to be honest, but it is decent enough. On a casual level, you will be able to get a couple of wins with this deck. So let's go ahead and start with the profile. So I have triple Chaos Summoning Beast. This is the most important card of the deck because when you tribute it on the field, you're able to summon a Sacred Beast from your hand to the field. And also, if you banish this card while it's in the graveyard, you're able to search for a Fallen Paradise. So essentially, you get a 4,000 attack beat stick on the field. You're able to search or tutor Fallen Paradise, and also you're able to draw 2 cards and protect your Sacred Beast. So that's very, very important. In addition to another important card is going to be Dark Beckoning Beast. So triple of these as well. When you summon it, you're able to search for a Sacred Beast or a card that includes one of the Sacred Beast's name on their card text. So this lets you look for a Chaos Summoning Beast, which is great. And the only disadvantage is if you do that, you summon your 4,000 beat stick, you do your Fallen Paradise, draw 2 cards, you're still going to have a Dark Beckoning Beast on the field with 0 attack, 0 defense in attack mode, which can be a potential threat if your opponent has a combo deck where they're maybe able to retaliate and take advantage of those attack to the monster, get 8,000 points. It's unlikely that they can do that from a single attack, but it is a danger. It is a potential threat. So in addition to this, I do have 3 Dark Summoning Beasts. So for Dark Summoning Beast, you're able to first, it requires a tribute. If you tribute this card from your field, you're able to summon a Sacred Beast from your deck. And the disadvantage of that is that you cannot attack for the rest of the turn. So if you do it as your first turn, it is a great card. If you do it going second, I mean, you give your opponent an opportunity to get back at it. Now moving to the Sacred Beasts, this is basically the order that I selected. So double Haman, Lord of the Striking Thunder. So it's 4,000 attack, 4,000 defense. It inflicts 1,000 damage to your opponent if destroys an opponent's monster by battle, and if it sends it to the graveyard. Yeah, that's a good card. It's 4,000 attack, as well to Reveal, Lord of the Phantasms. Again, another decent card. And moving to another two Radian, the multi-dimensional kaiju. There are some cards that are unaffected by card effects, can't be destroyed by battle. So Radian is able to get over that. And I mean, it does have 2,800 attack, but fortunately, since we do have Sacred Beasts, which have 4,000 attack, it's easy to deal with the card for the most part. So finally, one Uriah, Lord of the Searing Flame. I've tried this card. Honestly, I don't think it's been working out so well. I might have to remove it. But yeah, I mean, it's okay, I guess. Because it's a Sacred Beast, then I I'm thinking maybe of having 3 Hamons, but the new trap card kind of requires this card to get to its full potential, and its full potential is really, really great. So basically, I guess I just have it because of the new trap card. And the last monster one, Raviel, Lord of Phantasms, Shimmering Skykes, Shimmering Scraper. So for this one, if it's has a hand trap effect. If you discard this card, doubles the attack of Raviel, and it also lets you attack all of your opponent's monsters at least once. Also, if it's in the graveyard, you can tribute 1 monster and return that card to the hand. So that effect alone If you have to discard it for whatever reason, you can essentially return it and activate the effect. So moving to the spell cards, I'm going to have triple deck lockdown. So I've been trying this card and it's really working out. It works out in a lot of ways. The first way, it's a continuous spell. So it gives you the potential to use it as a fodder for Haman. The second thing is that it does expire at your second standby phase, and I believe that that's key because it allows you to basically go on the offensive. If it were to end, for example, at the end phase, at your end phase, then at that point, you're allowing your opponent to search for cards and you're giving them a turn. Here, again, it's on your turn, so it's great. You basically take the lead to start searching cards as well because your deck also relies on searching cards or adding cards from your deck to your hand. So again, overall, it's good because it's not a permanent effect. It does last only 2 turns, and that might be enough to look for the cards that you need. So another key card here is triple opening of the Spirit Gates. So when you activate it, you're able to add one area or one of the sacred beasts, and also one specific card that lists one of the sacred beasts' name from your deck to your hand. And once per turn, you can discard one card and you can special summon one fiend monster with 0 attack, 0 defense from your graveyard. And once per turn, if you control a level 10 monster, you can add one continuous spell from your graveyard to your hand. So again, this also kind of combos with the effect of deck lockdown, which is a continuous spell. So there is potential there. And again, I like this card a lot. Moving here, triple pot of desires. So I tried to use this deck with 0 desires and triple allure. I tried to use both pot of desires and allure, and it really wasn't working out. I believe it's really based on preference, to be honest. If you want to handle allures, if you believe that it works better for you, then that's great. But at least that's how I have the deck now. As you can see, most of the cards are key cards, so you need to have them in your hand. So what that means is, say you have a chaos summoning beast or a dark summoning beast or a dark beckoning beast, and you active allure and you don't draw anything else, or you draw maybe a reveal, well, guess what? You're going to have to banish either the one of the potential combos, and you're not going to be able to do anything else. So with Pot of Desires, yes, there's also a big risk, right? Because you're running a very low ratio of Sacred Beasts, so 2-2-1. So essentially 5 cards of your deck, and if you banish all of those cards, then it's basically you can't do anything else. But at the same time, you have other cards that you can use to add the cards that you're looking for before activating Pot of Desires. And it doesn't use anything from your hand other than, the card itself. So at the end of the day, yes, it's risky, but at least for now, I think that that's the best way to go with this deck, as opposed to, again, using a lure and then you banish your card because you don't even send to the graveyard. Banish the dark monster and then you're out of combos and you have to wait maybe 1, 2, 3 turns, which you might not even have. So I that's why I prefer Pot of Desires. But to each their own. If you have any feedback about that, if maybe there's another combo, or maybe adding more dark monsters will go ahead and help with this, well, that would be great. So moving next to Cerulean Skyfires, that's the reason that you want at least 2 Hamons in your deck, because you can negate any spell or trap card and you change your Hamon to defense position. Also, when one of your sacred beasts is destroyed, you don't receive any battle damage. So if somebody is planning a 1-turn kill, well, guess what? It won't be able to go through because the effect of Cerulean Skyfire. So that's why I like the card. It's really good. That's why I run 2 Fallen Paradise. I really don't think having 3 has any purpose, because you already have Chaos Summoning Beast, which easily is able to search for it, or also you have the Continuous Spell, which is also able to search for it if you really need that card. So yeah, 2 is okay. One instant fusion. Instant fusion I use for one specific fusion monster, which is Thousand Eyes Restrict, which sometimes, again, some of your opponent's monsters are immune to either card effects, well, no, to immune to being destroyed or being destroyed by battle, or yeah, being destroyed by card effects. Well, with Thousand Eyes, you can just absorb the monster, and that's basically it. And then maybe you can just use it for a link, so you are not locked out of attacks because you can only attack with Thousand Eyes Restrict. So moving ahead, we have 1 for 1. Again, you're able to summon Chaos Summoning Beast, which is one of the best cards of the deck. 1 Foolish Burial, again, lets you either send a Chaos Summoning Beast or a Dark Summoning Beast, and you're able to use their secondary effects when they're in the graveyard. 1 Dimension Fusion Destruction, very rarely you're going to use this card, but I mean, you can search for it as well, so I think at 1 is okay. Maybe I might push it to 2, we'll see. So finally moving to the main portion of the final end portion of the deck, which is the trap cards. So it's Triple Awakening of the Sacred Beast. This is a really good card if you have it at 1. 1 Sacred Beast on the field, you are able to gain life points. If you have 2, it basically negates the effects of the opponent or the activated effects of your opponent. And finally, if you have 3, any monster they send to the graveyard goes banished instead. And then 2 Hyper Blaze. For this one, again, we only have 1 area, but it's still a useful card because its secondary effect is able to. You can discard 1 card from your hand, and you're able to add one of the one of the Sacred Beasts from your graveyard to your hand. So that's very important. And finally, 2, there can only be 1. A lot of the decks nowadays have single type of monsters, or they need to have more than one of that type of monster to start their combos. So as soon as they summon the weakest link, which is able to generally search you, tutor you a card, or a special summon a card from your deck, or so on and so forth, then at that point they're locked to that monster, and you shut them down. So for my deck, it's really not that much of an issue if I get a Chaos Beast like directly, or if I'm able to summon Dark's Beckoning Beast and then tribute it for Dark Summoning Beast, or if I'm able to summon Hamon, and again that's why Hamon is a little bit more important than Raviel. So yeah, overall I think it's a good card to use. Moving to the extra deck, so really triple of Armityle. We only have 1 of the fusion cards, but still, I mean, it came with the deck, so I might as well add it. I don't have the complete 15 extra deck slot as of yet. That's still a work in progress. Triple Phantasm Emperor Trilogig. You're rarely going to go for this card because you'd rather have 10,000 attack and maybe go for the 1 turn kill than having a 4,000 attack, which, yes, does have a decent effect that you are able to destroy a monster and inflict, well, actually not destroy, you're able to target 1 face monster and inflict a damage to your opponent equal to half of its original attack, which, I mean, doesn't destroy the monster. It really isn't as good, but maybe to burn the final life points, you might use that card as well. And 1 Salamangreat Almirage. This card is, again, that's when you use the Dark Beckoning Beast and you don't want to have a 0 attack, 0 defense, and attack position, you use yes, this also has 0 attack, but it also has the effect, quick effect. You can tribute this card and then target 1 monster you control. It cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effect this turn. So I believe that that's a very good, useful effect. And finally, 1,000 Eyes Restrict. Again, whenever you can't get over a card that can't be destroyed by card effects or can't be destroyed by battle, just use this, you absorb it, then you can also maybe go to a Salamangreat Almirage and protect one of your monsters. So that was the deck profile. Any feedback, please let me know. Any comments, if you like the video, please leave a like. Thank you for watching the video. Wish you have a nice day.